Good morning, everybody. It's Motivation Morning with Marnie and Melissa. I'm Melissa Houston. I'm a health insurance specialist and financial planner in Victoria, BC. And my name, Melissa, means honeybee.
Oh my goodness. Why do I keep forgetting that? I love that. I love the theme. I love how you choose themes. And good morning, everybody. I'm Marnie Dangerfield, also here in Victoria. I'm a wellness and intentional creativity coach. And today is May 20th, 2020. And for some reason, I like days that repeat, numbers that repeat like that. So that's my share.
Yeah, that's 320s.
There's 320s in there.
2020.
I wrote it this morning and I just got giddy happy. So there you go.
You know what else today is, Marnie? Can you guess?
International Bee Day?
Yeah, World Bee Day.
Is it really?
It is.
Oh my goodness.
So I wanted to celebrate the wonderful bees, and hopefully our video today is not causing any heebie-jeebies. Some people may not be the biggest bee fans, but man, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them. And so today we're watching, which is supposed to be a live cam, but it might be, I think we might be back to live. This is a live cam that can be found on explore.org. It's the honeybee hive found in Germany, actually.
Wow.
Yeah, look at all those busy bees.
We need our honeybees. Want food. So cool, your name means that. So I'll go over what's going to happen and we'll go from there. So we always like to start with our value statement. And I'm going to share something that's inspiring me, and Melissa will as well. And we always encourage whoever's here to, if you feel so called, to mention in the chat what's inspiring you. And then I'll go into a wellness tip for this week, and then Melissa will round us out with sharing our contact information and the amazing motivational quote at the end.
Awesome. Thanks, Marnie. So our value statement. Today we gather
in the spirit of possibility,
in support of community,
to encourage holistic well-being,
to empower our authentic selves,
to share appreciation,
to express compassion,
and to enjoy this gift of life.
Yeah. All right. What have you got today for us, Marnie?
So today, it's a bit of a follow-up from last week. You may recall I was challenging myself and anybody who also wanted to join in to be in nature and self-express creatively in whatever form it was. And I had put forth a challenge that I was going to try and write something about rhodos because the beauty was inspiring me. And then I would share something today if I came up with anything. And I'm going to spare you what I wrote. It was an interesting process. Fortunately, with my kindness and compassion practice, I was able to be kind and compassionate with myself as I attempted this. And clearly, it's a bit of a growth edge for me, this writing and expressing. So I'm going to continue working on it. And I thought I would share a bit of a poem that somebody else wrote. And so inspired by other writers is my inspiration today. So rounding out on the rhododendron theme. So this is called The Rhodora by Ralph Waldo Emerson. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but part of it. So it's on being asked, whence is the flower? In May, when sea winds pierced our solitudes, I found the fresh rhodora in the woods. Rhodora, if the sages ask thee why this charm is wasted on the earth and sky, tell them, dear, that if the eyes were made for seeing, then beauty is its own excuse for being. Why thou wert there, O rival of the rose, I never thought to ask, I never knew, but in my simple ignorance suppose the selfsame power that brought me there brought you. It So I am inspired by other people's ability to capture things in poetry and prose. So that's my inspiration this week.
Mm, that's so lovely. My goodness. And I gasped, and you'll find out why later.
I could hear you gasp. I was like, what? I'm intrigued. So how about you?
Well, I wanted to share, mine's kind of a quote. It's not the quote for today, but I was listening to a podcast episode. Actually, Oprah has a podcast, in case everyone didn't know, which is primarily just audio recordings of, I think it's called Super Soul Sundays that she did on her network. I don't know. But she interviews a bunch of amazing people. And I was listening to the episode with Cheryl Strayed. There we go. Tongue twister a bit. Who wrote the book Wild, which people may have heard of. It was also made into a movie. And Cheryl shared a quote on that podcast episode that really resonated with me. So I'm going to read that to you. The quote is, "My mom said there's a sunrise and a sunset every day, and you can choose to be there or not. You can put yourself in the way of beauty." And that just sort of tied into a quote I shared a few weeks ago about us being created through the decisions we make. And it resonated with me, and I loved the idea that, you know, regardless of what we do in our individual lives, there's beauty and there's wonderful things in the world, and it's up to us to make the choice if we want to recognize it and bring it into our lives.
Yeah.
So I was like, I really love that it can be that effortless, if to just, sunrise, sunset happens every day.
Yes, exactly. And yes, yes. And it's always like the so-called simple things that it's like, anyway, well said. I'm not going to add anything because that was just so well said.
Apparently we got a little ad on here, zebras at the waterhole.
Yeah.
People like zebras. Looks like you can watch them at explore.org.
It's good to know. I was going to change the theme pretty quick there.
Yes. All right. So now it's time for our wellness tip with Marnie.
Mm-hmm. Well, what you just shared is really fantastic. So everyone takes that in. So it's been an interesting few days for me, may not be for you, but I'm going to share it anyway, with the message of breathing coming in. I was reminded of a quote. I shared it yesterday, I think, a quote that changed my life several years back, going that by John Kabat-Zinn, or the reminder that as long as you're breathing, there's more right with you than wrong with you. And then there was a mentor of mine who was doing a breathwork workshop yesterday, which I'd never done before. It was really powerful. And then I woke up this morning to a podcast about breathing and a prompt in my email from gratefulness.org about breathing. And I thought, okay, universe, we're talking about breathing. Because when things like that happen, I don't think it's just for me. I think it's for all, and it's that simplicity, like what you're talking about as a sunrise and sunset. Breathing is so essential. I mean, it's, breath is life, and it's something that it's interesting. It's one of the few things, or it's the only system in our body that's automatic and that we also have control over. Um, and so, I mean, the way we breathe affects our whole system. So, and how so the way we breathe affects our nervous system, our brain, our stress response. And if we're not really conscious of how we're breathing, say in certain situations, we're holding our breath or we're shallow breathing, that can have an impact on what's happening internally with us. And also, um, as such, there's the flip of that is we are conscious of how we're breathing in a situation and can control it. So able to trick the brain, say you're in a stressful situation, sort of holding your breath, if you're consciously able to connect and breathe in and out calmly, your stress response in your mind and in your nervous system can be altered. So it's such a simple thing. We don't think, I don't know about anybody else, but you know, it happens over 20,000 times a day, and thank goodness it does. It means we're here and we're alive, and that there's an opportunity there with raising awareness of how we're breathing moment to moment. And of course, none of us can be aware of our breathing all the time, but creating a practice where, and there's many different types, so I won't go into that, but this day is just about raising the awareness of how precious our breath is, and how, yes, it happens automatically, but we also can create practices and awareness so that we're actually creating more well-being for ourselves mentally and physically, and empowering ourselves. And there's a lot of theories out there how you're better able to self-express and grow and evolve. So my encouragement today is, as you go through the day and go forward, is whenever you can, pause and just simply take a couple of slow, deep breaths and just feel into that and connect with your breathing, your body, and with the gratitude of, my goodness, I'm here and I'm breathing. What a gift. And just creating moments like that more and more in your day and in your life to just really connect into the gift. We talk about it, enjoying this gift of life, but breathing is essential. And we're doing it all the time. And just the more we can be conscious of it, aware of it, and grateful for it, just feels good. And so, and also I'll add one little piece, of course I have to, that reminder that as we're breathing with the earth, and that without all those plants out there, we wouldn't have the oxygen we need to breathe. So as we're, you know, the leaves are breathing out and we're breathing in, and we're all connected. And just encourage people for their wills to connect into that more and more each day as best you can.
Excellent points, Marnie. And I mean, you certainly don't, or most people don't appreciate the value of being able to breathe well, and how the positive impact it has on our bodies, until you're not able to do it. Until you're sick and congested. Or what makes me think of is when I was learning to scuba dive. And it's interesting because the more anxious and fearful you are, the more you heavily you breathe. And that's not a good thing when you're trying to conserve your oxygen level. So you actually have to really connect with your breath to get calm and slow it. And so, yeah, you really learn the connection of your emotional state with your breathing. Like you said, if you're breathing shallow, or there's different things that happen to our breath depending what our emotional state is. So, yeah, being calm and yeah, just being aware of what's going on with it could even help you recognize what's going on with yourself emotionally too.
Yeah, exactly. And it was, I mean, it was, as I said, yesterday was my first time experience. I've done breathing meditation for a while now and enjoy it, but I hadn't done like a breath work session. I didn't really know what to expect. And it was just really interesting how, I mean, I know we hold things in our body in different places, tension and stress, and sometimes we don't sense into it. And it was amazing how the breath work connect to that, and release, and just how in the group everyone had different responses.
Mm.
And I know for me, I just was yawning. I just kept yawning, and it was a release of tension.
Ah,
Anyway, so it's a new, breathwork's newer to me, and so I'm going to explore it more. But it just
yeah.
brought up this reminder of how precious,
Ah, that's so
and
cool.
how we do have agency with it
Mhm.
to help ourselves. Um,
Yeah, because I never thought of it as, yeah, the thing that we do automatically without thinking, but the fact that we can control it consciously too, that's pretty special.
mhm.
Well, thank you so much for sharing that. Such wonderful thoughts. All right. Well, let's start wrapping up for today. Here is our contact information. If anyone would like to contact us, provides ideas, feedback, whatever you might want to tell us. Our email is motivation.mornings@gmail.com. Our Facebook page is our main hub for community contact. It's MM with MM. We'll post the recordings of these for anyone who's not able to join us live on there. And in the comments section, we'll be sure to share any resources or like today, I'll share the quote that I share, and I'll probably even post the podcast link to the Oprah episode just because. So have a look on there. And we have our Instagram, motivation_mornings_with_mm. I'm posting reminders for the webcast and the motivational quotes on there. And finally, we have our YouTube channel. So that's where the recordings are also posted. And so you can subscribe on there if you want to get notified every time we have a new webcast posted. And yeah, we'd love to have some more subscribers, help spread the word. And if it's too long, that's okay. Just send us an email and I'll send you that link. Okay, our motivational quote for today. There can never be good for the bee, which is bad for the hive. By Emerson.
Aha, that's the gasp.
That's why I gasped.
Good for the bee.
I was like, what are the odds that we would have two Emerson references in one webcast? Ah, yes. So I hope you all be well today. Did you go and have a wonderful Wednesday? And can't wait to see you again next week.
Yes, thanks so much. And I love that quote. Thank you, Melissa.
Have a great day, everyone. Thanks for joining me as always, Marnie.
Yes, you too. I love your shares. Woohoo!
Oh, hope you have a great day too, Mom. Rose. See you all later. Bye.
Okay, I'm gonna send